Hello everyone. Today let's talk about water. Water, the most common substance on Earth, is essential to all forms of life, yet it harbors many mysteries that even scientists struggle to explain. Today, we will delve into some of the intriguing characteristics of water. Though water is ubiquitous, our understanding of it is not as profound as we might think. It's widely known that water turns to ice below the freezing point, but there is a rare and unusual phenomenon that occurs during this process: the expansion of water's volume and the decrease in its density, contrary to the general laws of physical state changes. Typically, as gases become liquids and liquids turn solid, their volume decreases and their density increases. However, water behaves differently. When it transitions from a liquid to a solid state, its volume actually increases, and its density decreases. This is why ice floats on water. This unique property of water has played a crucial role in preserving life during Earth's numerous ice ages. Imagine if ice were denser than water. As bodies of water began to freeze, the ice would sink, causing the entire body to freeze rapidly and trapping all life within. Instead, ice forms a protective layer at the surface, insulating the liquid water below from the cold air and allowing life to survive in the relatively warmer waters beneath. Moreover, the freezing point of water is not fixed. Under standard conditions, water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius, but during slow cooling, water can remain liquid below this temperature, a phenomenon known as supercooled water. Supercooled water can reach temperatures as low as -48 degrees Celsius under extreme conditions, meaning that liquid water can exist until that temperature is reached. Only when the temperature falls below -48 degrees Celsius does water inevitably freeze. The reasons behind these phenomena are still not fully understood. The properties of water are not only significant for scientific research, but also crucial for our understanding of life and the environment on Earth. The ice formed at sub-zero temperatures differs from ordinary ice. Although it appears solid, its molecular structure is disordered. In most solids, molecules are arranged in an orderly fashion, making this disordered ice structurally similar to a liquid despite its solid appearance. To date, there is no consensus in the scientific community about whether this state should be classified as a solid or a liquid. Researchers from Stockholm University have proposed a theory that water is actually composed of two different liquids, both distinct from ordinary water. However, their exact nature and the possibility of separating them remain unknown. In 2017, scientists from the University of Oxford found that water undergoes a qualitative change between 40 and 60 degrees Celsius. This suggests that water below 40 degrees Celsius and above 60 degrees Celsius might not be the same substance, at least in terms of certain properties. Additionally, the uniqueness of snowflakes is a well-known fact. No two snowflakes are exactly alike. This discovery was made by a researcher named Wilson Bentley. Bentley, born in 1865, was captivated by the beauty of snowflakes at the age of 15 after receiving a microscope. Throughout his life, he photographed over 5,300 snowflakes, without finding any two that were identical. Despite the complexity of 19th century cameras, making photography a challenging task, he successfully captured the beauty of snowflakes through his microscope. His accomplishments were not due to wealth. In fact, he was just a farmer's son. He never married or achieved other notable successes, but his passion for studying snowflakes deeply attracted him. His findings were documented in later books, bringing the scientific community's attention to the diversity of snowflakes for the first time. In summary, water is a fascinating and uncertain substance, its unique phenomena and behaviors remaining significant areas of scientific research. The origin of Earth's water remains a scientific mystery, with two main theories dominating the academic world. Some believe Earth came with its water, suggesting that during the formation of the Earth and the solar system, Earth already contained water. This theory faces the challenge of explaining how water could be retained during the early, hotter phases of the solar system's development. According to this view, Earth might have had enough water early on, possibly from the inner solar system's more humid protoplanetary materials. Another theory posits that Earth's water came later, perhaps brought by comets, asteroids, or other space objects. These objects, formed in the cooler outer regions of the solar system, carried abundant frozen water that was released upon impacting Earth. Proponents of this theory argue that Earth's initial hot environment would not have favored the formation and retention of water, making external sources more plausible. The water found on other celestial bodies, like the Moon and Mars, also poses hot questions for scientific research. This water might have formed and been retained through mechanisms similar to those on Earth, though specifics remain unclear. As for the possibility of water being intentionally brought to Earth by an extraterrestrial civilization, while it falls within the realm of science fiction, it's a fun topic some people enjoy speculating about. After all, current science has yet to fully explain all the mysteries surrounding the origins of Earth's water. This topic is incredibly intriguing. What do you think? Feel free to share your thoughts and guesses in the comment section. Our modern understanding of water may not surpass that of the ancients. Ancient civilizations' knowledge and use of water, as demonstrated in various archaeological sites worldwide, are impressive. The Tula ruins in Mexico, built by the Toltec people around 1,000 years ago, serve as a prime example. The Toltecs, whose name means master builders in the local language, considered Tula a sacred land of the gods. Within the Tula ruins, several partially completed pyramids stand, with Pyramid B being the most renowned. This pyramid is adorned with 4 statues, each 4 meters tall, holding objects that have sparked imaginations, with some even suggesting these figures are wielding guns. According to local legends, these statues represent warriors from Atlantis, whose guns are imbued with mystical powers, capable of emitting lasers. Imagine they are warriors, so it's natural for them to be armed. If one were to consider these items as high-tech firearms, their attire, complete with combat communication devices on their ears and bulletproof badges on their chests, seems quite fitting. To understand what they're holding, it's important to delve into the purpose of this pyramid, known in local lore as the Temple of the Star. This star refers to a deity in South American Aztec mythology, Quetzalcoatl, also known as the Feathered Serpent, a god depicted with a serpentine body and feathered. This bears a striking resemblance to the Chinese dragon. Have you noticed that myths from around the world share similarities? Could this be merely a coincidence? Or were the Atlanteans, as legends suggest, dragons themselves? This Aztec myth is fascinating. It speaks of an original god of their creation, Tezcatlipoca, who, unlike the typically benevolent creator gods in most mythologies, is depicted as malevolent. This god forced humans into hard labor, living in misery, until one day a group of gods, the Feathered Serpent among them, arrived from the sea to liberate the locals. This led to a prolonged war with Tezcatlipoca, ending without a clear victor. The Feathered Serpent then declared their departure but promised to return and save the people, leading to the construction of the temple to honor the Feathered Serpent. The 4 warriors atop the temple represent the warriors among the Feathered Serpent's followers. Despite the absence of serpent tails, it's said the leader had a serpent-like tail. Locals claim their weapons, powered by water, could emit light beams used in battle for cutting stone and even melting stone. This isn't mere folklore. A nearby relief depicts a figure using such a device to cut through a wall. When considering another mystery, the pyramids, composed of 2.3 million stones, how were they cut? This workload seems immense. If ancient Egypt had 30,000 people, that's about 70 blocks per person, each weighing 2 to 3 tons. The precision required to stack the pyramids or to construct Puma Punku suggests advanced techniques. Notice how locals emphasize that these devices, powered by water, could emit light, not just any high-pressure water jet, but a water-powered laser capable of cutting and even melting stone. Melting stone implies metallurgy, the extraction of metal from ore. Consider the golden artifacts in Tutankhamun's tomb. How much gold was needed? Many archaeologists argue that the metallurgical capabilities of the time couldn't possibly produce such amounts of gold, suggesting perhaps these guns or similar devices were used to refine the gold. So the question arises, what powers this gun? Locals say it's powered by water. But can water truly contain such immense energy? This brings us to the Tunguska event, which I'll discuss in detail in a future video. For now, let's conclude that during an era predating nuclear bombs, a massive explosion occurred in Soviet Russia, with a force 1,000 times greater than the Hiroshima atomic bomb, yet without nuclear radiation, as none was found at the site. Moreover, the absence of a crater indicates it wasn't caused by a meteorite. What then could produce such a vast explosion? Yes, you might have guessed it. It's very likely caused by a water explosion. Let's briefly talk about nuclear bombs, which are believed to derive their explosive energy from uranium's nuclear fission reaction. However, this explosive power might not actually come from uranium but from water. A hypothesis suggests that under certain conditions, such as extreme heat or yet undiscovered conditions, water reaches a critical point where it splits into hydrogen and oxygen gases. These gases then combust, generating heat and reforming into water, which continues to split and combust in a cyclic chain reaction, producing continuous heat and eventually causing a massive explosion. The fission of uranium merely provides the initial conditions for this chain reaction to start. This fascinating hypothesis also suggests that volcanic eruptions are a form of water explosion, thus producing mushroom clouds similar to those seen in atomic bomb explosions. Thus, the mushroom clouds from atomic explosions are actually caused by water's chain reaction, not directly related to uranium. Could water explosion be the real cause behind the Tunguska event? Is it possible that a water-rich meteorite entered the Earth's atmosphere, heated up from friction to reach a critical point, and started a combustion cycle of hydrogen and oxygen, repeating this process until it resulted in a huge explosion, potentially more powerful than a nuclear bomb, depending on the meteorite's structure or water content? Could this be the true explanation for the Tunguska event? Share your thoughts in the comments. Not only the Tunguska event, but the extinction of dinosaurs might also follow this principle. Some suggest the extinction was caused by an asteroid impact, yet no large enough crater has been found on Earth to explain the mass extinction. It's plausible that a relatively small asteroid, under similar conditions to the Tunguska event, fell into the ocean, where water reached a critical point and started a cyclic chain reaction, wrapping around the Earth in an irreversible cycle. This hypothesis doesn't deny nuclear fission but suggests that water, under specific conditions, can unleash immense energy. Thus, the weapons held by the statues at the Tula site might showcase an advanced water technology once possessed but now lost. If rediscovered, this technology could solve our energy problems, replacing polluting non-renewable sources like oil, coal, and nuclear power with water as an infinite green energy source. Imagine powering our laptops, phones, and iPads with just a bit of water for decades, marking the ultimate goal in human energy usage. Water, stable and seemingly simple, could be the key to solving humanity's energy challenges. Whoever masters this water technology could potentially lead humanity into a new era of cosmic exploration, benefiting all mankind. That's all for today's video. If you're intrigued by mysteries, unsolved puzzles, and peculiar facts from around the world, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Your support is the perpetual motion machine that drives me forward. Thank you.